Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we all know that Humza Yousaf is a narcissist. He's full of himself. He's up his own backside, isn't he? Look at me, everybody. I'm the bestest ever. And yet, he's got so little to be proud of. He's failed in every single job he's had, and failed quite spectacularly. But he doesn't miss an opportunity, does he? He never fails to get his picture taken with real people of power and influence, in the vain hope that some of the magic will rub off and somehow sprinkle that fairy dust all over him to make him an international statesman, a man capable of bestriding the globe, making decisions, being powerful, being respected. He's not even respected within his own party. They're trying to get rid of him. They've realised what a buffoon he truly is. And yet, all the people around him are living into his dream. They're living into his delusion that he is in some way important. And so whenever there's opportunities, they beg to get those pictures taken so they can get it out onto the websites and say, look, here's Humza, and he's meeting John Kerry, or he's meeting Erdogan, or he's meeting somebody way, way more important than him. It's a sad life, isn't it? And it's even sadder when you realise that it doesn't matter how many photographs get taken of you with important people, everyone still thinks you're a bit of a dick. Let's take a look. So, selfie-loving Humza Yousaf's officials pleaded for pics to be taken of him and the Turkish President Erdogan. It's like, hey, you're the press. Look, we got him. Take the pictures. We need the pictures. Get it up there. We need it on the news. Please make it look as though he's not a complete nobody. Please make it look as though he is some way important. And there's this picture here, which is just a joke, isn't it? There's Erdogan looking and going, yes, I'll shake your hand. Who the hell are you? And the way that Humza Yousaf has done that, reaching out to hold the elbow, because that goes to show he's caring and considerate and a man of influence. He's a knob. The First Minister's officials who attended COP28 with him were quick to arrange a photo of him meeting Erdogan, but not to inform the Foreign Office about the impending handshake, which is quite against official policy at the moment. Turkey, whilst not quite persona non grata in the diplomatic world, is at odds with Britain on so many different subjects, including the likes of Finland joining NATO, for example, things like that. And so it's a difficult situation. And then Humza Yousaf goes over there, starts kissing his arse, and combing his pubes or whatever he was doing, to try and make Erdogan say, oh yes, I know who you are. Yes, you're very important, I'm sure, or something. Of course, Erdogan, who is a man who should be in The Hague for crimes against humanity anyway, isn't going to, care one hoot what Humza Yousaf thinks or says. Doesn't even know who he is. But it was important for Humza Yousaf to be pictured with him. It's like going around on a world tour. Oh, hello, mister. Let me take a picture of you. Hey. Oh, Pol Pot. This is the guy. Not Khrushchev, he wasn't too bad, but the one before. Stalin. Hey, Stalin. Joe. Uncle Joe, come and give me a hand. Humza Yousaf, he's got that knack, hasn't he? Goes and meets the world's worst people. Anyway, Humza Yousaf has been mocked as the showbiz sturgeon after it was revealed his officials pleaded for permission to take pictures of him and Turkish President Erdogan at COP28. The summit between the pair has already been thoroughly scrutinised after he broke UK government guidance in order to attend it. And that's why I say it needs to be more than guidance. We need to have the law. We need to have our equivalent of the Logan Act, and that would stop him doing that, because it wouldn't be breaking guidance. It would be breaking the law, and it would be treason, and he could get 30 years for it. And I don't think anyone would care. Anyway, Nicola Sturgeon became renowned for snapping photos with famous names to put on social media, because again, she's not important. She's a regional leader. She's not a national leader. And as soon as these people, can understand that, they may get some kind of semblance of where they stand in the pecking order. And believe you me, it's way down that list. Anyway, it got her nicknamed Showbiz Sturgeon, and now her continuity candidate is following in her footsteps as well, in attempting to capture every big name he meets. The Scottish Daily Express can reveal that officials pleaded for permission to take pictures of his discussion with Turkish President Erdogan. And in WhatsApps released in relation to the summit, they haven't been deleted then, getting an image of this event seems to be the most important aspect. One official writes, "Are they okay with us taking pics?" Then a few minutes later they add, X redacted, "It's coming to get a pic for socials if you can swear with them." And so this is what you have. You have these people desperate, absolutely desperate, to get him photographed with important people, to try and lift him up, make him look as important as they are. But of course he isn't. He's like the security guard at the front of a major international conglomeration who says "good morning, sir" to the chairman, and he thinks he's on par with the chairman. The chairman goes "morning" as he walks past, doesn't know his name, doesn't give a shit. Erdogan don't know who that is, doesn't give a shit. Anyway, in the end, an image of the pair shaking hands made it onto Mr. Yousaf's social media accounts, showing that he had time to organise a photo of the meeting, but not to tell the Foreign Office about it. He was rebuked by Lord Cameron, a man who equally, like Humza Yousaf, has nothing down the front. He is another one who's a bit Ken Dolly, because he makes these threats about, shutting the foreign embassies and things, and then doesn't follow through with it. And then he'll go off and he'll do it again, and Cameron will go, "Well, I've warned you before, blah, blah, blah. And if you do it again, there'll be serious repercussions," rather than growing a pair and saying, "Right, that's it, bang, closed, done." And then see the reaction. Go, "No, I don't care. You've been told twice, you've been told 3 times. You still did it, done. You've got to learn." And there's no way that they are going to learn until somebody does something like that. Bit of a shame, isn't it? Poor old Cameron, eh? Gets a bad deal. But ever since he did that to a pig's head, he gets all he deserves, doesn't he? Anyway, the Scottish Tories marked the First Minister for this revelation. Craig Hoy told the Scottish Daily Express, "Humza Yousaf tried to blame lack of time for his failure to invite a UK government official along to his meeting with the Turkish president. But this FOI proves that his team were more interested in arranging photo ops than following protocol for a reserved policy area." Because of course they are. It's got nothing to do with it though. It's all snappy snaps, isn't it? "Oh, look at me, look how important I am." Humza Yousaf was Nicola Sturgeon's continuity candidate, and like her, he clearly views COP summits as an opportunity for selfies rather than diplomacy. Well, he's not a diplomat. He has no diplomatic standing. Lord Cameron, the UK Foreign Secretary, threatened to shut down all of the SNP's pretendee embassies hosted in UK embassies if protocol is breached again. But he has not done that, even though protocol has been breached. Scotland Secretary Alistair Jack suggested that politicians like Erdogan should not be meeting Mr. Yousaf. He's a controversial figure, as he's been accused of leading a genocide against the Kurds in Turkey, and has also cracked down on human rights in Turkey, making it practically illegal to criticise him or his government. Mr. Yousaf repeatedly claimed that he did not have time to invite a Foreign Office official to the meeting, which was minuted. But it turns out that that is actually a load of rubbish. He did have time, he chose not to do it, because he didn't want anyone there hearing what he was discussing, which of course was to try and do secret deals to get his family members out of Gaza. However, the majority of it is redacted. Of course it is. And a few weeks afterwards, Nadia El Nakla's family, who were trapped in Gaza, were allowed entry to Turkey. The wife of the First Minister, she also attended an event with Ermin Erdogan in Istanbul, with the positions on the war very similar. It was supposed to be the First Wives Club, you know, the wives of the leaders of the world. We have to wonder why Nadia El Nakla was there. She's not the wife of a world leader. She's the Lady Mayoress, if you will. The Lord Mayor's wife. Scottish Government spokesman said the First Minister met a number of world leaders and heads of state during COP28 and promptly creamed his pants several times at the thought of being in the same room as such luminaries. Then there was like rubbish, don't care. But it's just him through and through, isn't it? It's all look at me, I'm important. And there's Erdogan going, just go away. You've had your picture, fuck off. Coming up, I would suggest that Humza Yousaf is now a security risk to this country. I believe MI5 and 6 and GCHQ and everyone else needs to get involved and a full investigation into him. He gives anti-white racist speeches. He meets with foreign heads of state who have committed, inhumane atrocities. They should be up in front of a war crimes tribunal. He goes and visits Qatar in order to be with Hamas, allegedly, and discuss that. He's giving money to foreign nations, money that wasn't his to give. It was for the Scottish people, but he's given these organisations like Hamas allegedly money, £750,000. He's doing this not because it's politically right, but because he wants his families, to come out and things like that. All sorts of things. He's spending, and I'm going to use the word stealing, public money because it's not his place to do this. And when he's giving this abroad, it's another crime, I feel. And so I think that he is a clear and present danger to the safety and security of everyone in this country. And I don't just mean Scotland, I mean the whole of Great Britain, the whole of the United Kingdom. And I think he needs to be charged with it. Treason. I really do. I think he's actually crossed the line into treason now. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.